All right, everybody. Today we're going to do Seeds of Greatness over Instagram Live. Our guest today is Timothy Ryan. Just wait a second for him to get on. All right. Let me see if I can add you to the chat.
Hey,
How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. So we can try this over Instagram Live, see how it goes.
Okay.
Does it sound good? All right.
Okay.
Well, let's start with where are you from?
So I was born in Atlanta, Georgia, and I grew up in Gwinnett County, and I've also lived in California for 2 years.
Oh, nice. I used to live in California, and
You did?
by Walnut, California.
Oh, I never heard of it. Where's that? Where is that?
By like Diamond Bar and stuff.
Oh,
You know where Diamond Bar is?
is
It's
it is it southern?
it's like I think it's probably like an hour from LA.
Oh, okay, so
Something like
southern.
that.
I lived in Orange County.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, let's see. I think it was a while ago. It was a long time ago. Can't
Hmm.
remember. Um, where can people find you at on social media?
So my YouTube channel is Timothy Ryan, and you can find that by going to youtube.com/TimothyRPiano. And you can also find me here on Instagram at TimothyRPiano and Twitter at the same name.
Okay, okay. How old are you currently?
Right now I'm 17.
Okay. What advice do you have for young producers and music makers?
So my advice to young music makers is number one, do what you love doing. Number two, continue making music, don't stop making music. And lastly, I would say trust in your work and be confident in your work.
Okay. How long have you been making music?
So I made my first official original piece called Trap when I was 12. So it's been about 5 years.
Okay. Oh man, 5 years from when you started playing the piano?
5 years from when I started making music. So I got my first lessons at 10, and then I started making music at 12.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I'm watching your videos. You're really good at doing the cover songs and all that stuff.
Yeah, thanks.
So are you going to school for music right now?
Not currently. Right now, I'm finishing my senior year in high school.
Okay, okay. What instruments do you currently play, or just the piano?
It's just the piano, but I did play the saxophone when I was in middle school.
Okay. Any tips on getting better with the piano?
Number one, practice. Practice. Use sheet music if you need to. And then another thing that helps is looking at piano tutorials on YouTube.
Yeah, that's how I'm learning right now.
Hmm.
Just
Yeah,
YouTube 24/7.
YouTube's
And
great.
another good one is Udemy. Have you heard of Udemy?
I don't think so. Is that an app?
Yeah. No, it's an app and a website. It's like Udemy, and they
Oh,
have like if you're good at it teaching, you can probably make a course and then charge people for learning how to play the piano. And there's different people that will show you like how to play the piano better and all that kind of stuff, or everything, coding. I use it for guitar, for coding, everything.
that's cool. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, and then mostly just wait till there's a sale because they constantly have sales for like like $10 courses instead of like they might charge $100 for the course, but
Oh, wow.
once it's a sale, it'll be like $10 for everything. So
Okay.
that's the only time I buy them. But um, they have sales constantly, so even if they say it's ending, they just have another sale soon. Um, what music genres do you listen to?
So my favorite genre of all is pop. I love pop music. But I also enjoy other genres such as hip hop, rap, EDM, R&B, and Latin music.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I was only making music like hip hop and R&B, but I'm trying to learn how to make like pop or
Hmm.
um, like techno, like Diplo, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Or yeah, because if I could do that, I prefer to make that kind of music. That way, it's I can have DJ sets all over the world, and they might not even speak English, but there might not be any vocals on the song.
Yeah.
Um, if you could work with anybody, who would it be?
So I have a lot of current favorite artists right now. But some of my favorite artists I would love to work with is number one, The Weeknd. I love The Weeknd's music. I love Dua Lipa's music. I love Ariana Grande, Megan Thee Stallion, Drake, and Travis Scott.
Okay, yeah, I just been getting into The Weeknd. I know he was big and everything, and I just I tried listening to a lot of his songs, but a lot of them are like slower kind of, so I have to be in the mood or like while I'm driving or something like that.
Yeah, like
But
his
not.
radio hits are very pop, but if you go into like his recent projects like After Hours, it's more kind of like slow R&B. So yeah, he kind of does
Mhm.
like both. So yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what's next. Do you have any songs out that people should go check out right now?
So my newest
Like on YouTube?
original piece is called Enlightened. That's out. And I also did a new cover called Mood by 24K Golden and Ian Dior. And you can also check out all my other originals and covers on my channel.
Oh yeah. Those are good. I checked those out. Good job. Good
Thanks.
job with those. How are you doing? You're just doing it from off of memory, or?
Yeah, it's basically all from memory. It's all by ear. I actually learn pieces by ear usually, but sometimes I'll look at piano covers on YouTube to get inspiration. I don't like copying people. I don't like take directly from them, but I definitely get some inspiration from other people who do piano covers and like that. And but mostly it's just by ear because all the songs that I cover, I actually listen to all those songs, and those are actually my favorite songs. So yeah,
Mhm.
I think just listening to them over and over again that's helped me learn them too.
Okay, yeah. I was wondering because I was like, I don't know how all these piano people are playing all these different songs off of memory because
Hmm.
I'm still learning. Practicing the piano and the guitar, but trying to learn the kid songs and stuff right now just to get better, and also music theory so I can make original stuff, following scales and all that kind of stuff.
Really?
Um,
Okay.
but because before I was doing it like you were saying, kind of just by ear.
Hmm.
So like making beats and stuff just by ear. But I'm like, oh, if I get better with it, I can better with learning the piano and all this stuff. I can do it from like from scratch. Coming
Hmm.
up with ideas
Yeah.
and actually making it sound good because it's in key and all that kind of stuff.
Hmm. Yeah, it's about practice and just, you know, yeah, just about practice.
So what got you into music and piano?
So what got me into music, my mom, she used to always play Kenny G CDs when I was a kid, and I was just really fascinated by his sound and how he was able to carry a whole song with just his saxophone instrument. And when hearing that, it really inspired me to do that with my own music. And when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to piano, so my parents bought a piano before I was born, and they hoped that one
Mm-hmm.
of their kids or both of their kids would play it. And
Mm-hmm.
as a little kid, I used to always bang on it when I was little. Then I started learning songs by ear. Anything that I would hear, like if it was the records my mom would play or songs on the radio if we were in the car. I didn't know how to professionally play though at first, and like I said earlier, when I was 10, got that was when I first got my official lessons, and that's how I knew how to actually play.
Yeah. I when I lived in Charlotte, I'm all over the place, but I used to like going to the Steinway. Have you been into those Steinway piano stores?
I've been into those.
Yeah. Man, I just mess with all the different keyboards and stuff,
Hmm.
all the different pianos, and I like that they got like this crazy $10,000, $20,000 one or something where it plays by itself. Have you seen that one?
I've seen those on Instagram. Those are really cool.
Yeah, it was crazy. It's like he had an iPad, he put it up on there, and then I guess chose like Beethoven or something, and then the keys would actually press themselves like a ghost or something. That was crazy. And you can
Yes.
also play by play it yourself.
Yeah, that's cool.
Let's see. So how was it making your first project?
So my first project. So that's called Piano Project number one. I first started making that back in March. I made the first couple of songs before COVID and the quarantine hit. Then I made the last couple after. These were all songs that I recorded and posted before, but I think back in February I came up with the idea. I was like, what if I choose 12 songs and I put them into a project and then I put it out on SoundCloud. And because I've always been interested in like what would it be like if I made an album. So I wanted to experiment with that. So I wanted to choose the right songs that I think would sound perfect into a project, and I also wanted to choose the right order to make a great listening journey for anybody who would go and listen.
Yeah, that's what I actually like about like the Dream stuff. Have you heard the Dream?
The
I know
Dream.
he hasn't put, yeah, he hasn't put out anything like really lately, but I used to like his albums sounded like consistent, like they all went together, flowed into one, like one song flowed into another one. So I felt like he was always good at making albums that flowed together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very important when you're making a project. You want to make a story, I didn't want to just make a compilation of a bunch of songs. I wanted to really make a story. So I just love it when albums do that.
So what tips do you have on coming up with original piano music?
So the tips that I have, I'm always inspired by music that I hear, whether it's on the radio or whether it's on my phone. And I usually take those inspirations and, I come up with original ideas in my head. Sometimes I'll come up with a hook in my head and then I'll play around with the keys to figure out the verses and everything else. But yeah, definitely I get inspired by music and I just come up with a bunch of original ideas in my head and I keep trying to play it over and over again until I was like, oh yeah, this would sound great as a hook or as a chorus. So yeah.
Okay. What tips do you have on branding yourself?
Branding yourself, most importantly, use social media. Social media is great to your advantage. Use hashtags, engage with other accounts on these platforms to do similar things as you do. Right now, Instagram is banning hashtags because of the election and stuff, but once the hashtags come back, definitely use hashtags, definitely engage with other people, and not just Instagram, but Twitter is great too. Just definitely heavily use social media to promote yourself.
Okay. Do you use any computer software, or you just play the piano?
I actually have a MIDI keyboard that I got as a Christmas gift a couple years ago, and I've used that to create band projects. And I've actually posted 2 of them back in 2018. So those are on my channel. You guys can go check that out. But yeah, I do have a MIDI keyboard that I've used for electronic productions.
Have you tried FL Studio?
I got it. I wasn't really familiar with it. I was kind of having a struggle with it. So
Yeah.
I just used GarageBand. GarageBand seemed easier, but I could definitely once I get back to it, I could definitely try it again. Is it easy? Have you used it?
Yeah. I prefer that one. I prefer there's a couple I prefer. I prefer Studio One. That one actually came with the interface that I bought. A lot of people don't know that you can get like if you buy a certain PreSonus audio box to make your your sound better and all that kind of stuff, and plug in your guitars and stuff to your computer. It'll actually come with a Studio One, I think Artist Edition or something. I have the full version, but it comes with like a less smaller version. That one's really good. And then there's Reason. That's a good one. That I think Reason probably has the best sounds. A lot of people, like everybody's on FL Studio or it's not GarageBand, but Ableton. Is it Ableton? No, Pro Tools, I think. No, Logic. Yeah, a lot of people are on Logic, which is, I guess, just like GarageBand. It's like the official full version or something where it has a whole bunch of sounds and instruments and all that kind of stuff. It lets you do a lot more than the GarageBand. So if you want to check that out, I think that's on iTunes, not iTunes, like the Apple Store for like $200 or something. It's like yeah, look up Logic. That's a good one. I know that has really good sounds, but I haven't personally used it too much. And then a lot of professionals use Pro Tools. But I like Reason, FL Studio, and mostly Studio One for my stuff. But I just like sound, so I'm looking for like VSTs of different sounds every day. Like finding all these, like, have you heard of what's it called? Omnisphere?
I don't
Have you
think
heard of
so.
Omnisphere?
I don't think I've heard of that.
Yeah. Check that out. It's it has like a billion sounds where it'll turn your MIDI keyboard into pretty much anything.
That's
And
cool.
that
Yeah,
one,
I always wanted to. I always wanted to experiment with that, and because I know that like all these keyboards and all these different softwares, they can do different things than just instruments. And when I hear people do that in their music, I always think that's cool. I wonder how they did that. So yeah.
yeah. Look into for starting out. FL Studio is probably the cheapest route, or you can do I think Reason Intro. That's like $100. And that one will let you get like a cheaper version of Reason to practice, making beats from all these different instruments and stuff,
Okay.
and just to get better with the programs themselves. So fast forward 10 years from now, where do you see yourself musically, and what steps do you think you'll take to get there?
Dang, 2030. So I hope by then I've mastered more of my technique at the piano. I definitely want to start collaborating with more creators and, just working with more people. And I also hope that like my online following, my online following has grown and I've garnered more of an audience. And I also hope by then that I play more in front of live public audiences too. That's something that I really want to do more. So,
Mm-hmm.
and the steps that I took to get there, just continue working, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I tell people. Just consistency,
Mm-hmm.
because you never know who you might run into or who might see your stuff. Like
Oh,
now I'm trying market your stuff just because I saw it, your cover songs and stuff. So hopefully that does well. But like I always tell people, it's consistency, because it might take one person to say, hey, oh, this guy's got some talent, and maybe he works at a record label or something, and he signs you to play the songs for people or something,
mm-hmm. Yeah.
And even now, like you say, you're 17, so you're doing it at a young age. So I wish I started young. I used to like make music and stuff during MySpace time,
Oh
way
yeah.
back, right? But
I
that
remember
was
that.
like that was a while ago, and that was before I knew about like tempo and stuff. So I was like, a lot of my songs were sounding like techno and stuff because they were set at like the default tempo, and I didn't really know about music, so I was just like, trying to work with FL Studio, and I think they start you at like 130 tempo, so it was kind of faster, and a lot of my stuff was just sounding techno, and I was using the default sounds, so I didn't know about all the different sounds that there are right now until like a couple years ago when I had moved to Charlotte, like probably like 6 years ago or something. I had went into a Guitar Center and I tapped on a MPC X, and it was like a beat making machine, and I heard the sounds. I was like, what the heck? Like, I didn't even know all these sounds existed. So that's what got me back into music. I started learning. I also was using like a cheap computer too, so my sounds weren't sounding that great. So that's probably what, didn't give me the encouragement or anything. So I once I learned about, getting some like better speakers, so you can hear the better quality of the sound. Hooking up the interfaces just so you're not, putting a lot of pressure on your computer and stuff, and also getting to the better sounds and hooking up guitars and all that kind of stuff. I started learning about plugins and just mostly, like I said, YouTube 24/7. A lot of Busy Work Beats.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen his stuff?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
What was the name?
yeah, if you're gonna practice with FL Studio, look up Busy Works Beats.
Okay.
And he's big on teaching FL Studio, but he'll also teach you a lot of music theory and stuff.
Y'all have to,
So
okay. Because I do want to know more about FL Studio, because I know that a lot of big name producers use that, so I have to check that out.
yeah, because I think you would be good at that with how good you play right now, and with once you learn about all the different keyboard sounds and stuff, I think you make some really dope beats or something. Or we can even collab. Once you play, you can play on the piano and then send them to me, and I'll do the kicks and all that kind of stuff. Use a bunch of my sounds, because I got like a billion sounds. And then we could probably put it on iTunes. Have you put anything on iTunes yet?
No, I don't know how to. That's the thing. Like, yeah,
and that too, like,
complicated.
Oh yeah, no, it's that too. That's why I like to try different stuff all the time, and try and learn from others, so that when I figure something out, I can tell them or they can tell me. So like that. And someone's like, "Oh, I don't know how to put my music out there." Right now, I just use DistroKid. Have you heard of DistroKid?
Maybe.
Look up DistroKid. I'll send you some information on it. I'm still not great with them about how to log into your profiles and stuff once they've made an account for you. But you pay like $20 a year, and then you can put unlimited songs on iTunes.
Okay.
Put it on like the next day or something. Okay, so, cool.
Well, before I do that, I just want to just before I put something like out on iTunes like that, I just want to make sure I really have something together, like a really big full production that I think is perfect for the public to hear, and also that I've garnered more of an audience, to go stream it and buy it first before I do all that. And thanks for the tip.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's good too. I just put out stuff just because I don't care. Like, that's what I tell people. Like, I tell people, I'm just like, it's just consistent. Like, I'm just trying to be consistent and create content. I tell people I'm just trying to create content. Like, I might do a video one day, a song another one, a tutorial another day, just because I'm trying to create content until something catches.
Okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, DistroKid is pretty dope. You just pay $20 for the year, and then they let you put however many songs you want on iTunes, and you choose the platform. So you could say iTunes, Spotify, all that, Apple Music, all that stuff. Okay. So I mostly just put it on Apple Music right now. I haven't put too much on there. I just put a couple test songs on there right now, but I have a whole bunch I'm getting ready to put on there. So I might just make, probably like Chris Brown, put like 20, 30 song instrumentals, mixtapes on there, just to have content for people to listen to and get some ideas or feedback on it. Just say, hey, go on Apple Music, check out this song, see how you like it and stuff, and give me feedback and stuff. So that's another reason I put my stuff on there, just for ease of people like that don't get on YouTube and all that stuff too much. I can say, hey, you're on Apple Music, just go on there, check out my song, let me know about it, what you think about it, all that kind of stuff. So,
okay.
Any other tips for producers, pretty much of any age, young or old? Or
so I want to say, don't be afraid to share your music, even if you think it's not your even if you think it's not your best, because you never know how many people will come across it and how many people will love it. And don't overthink. When you create something, don't overthink, because sometimes a lot of times your best work happens on accident. You've seen a lot of stars, like they were just making music. They weren't overthinking when they went to the studio. They just made music, and then it ended up blowing up naturally, organically. So just make music naturally. Don't overthink. Don't give up, and just continue making music.
True, true. Thanks. Yeah, that's what I tell people too. It's just like what's his name, Bob Ross, like his painting stuff. Have you seen his tutorials on where he's talking about happy accidents? It's just like music. That's happened to me before too, where I made a dope song or something just by accidentally dragging the wrong instrument in, you know,
Yeah.
or the wrong sound in, and then it's like I say, oh, that sounds pretty dope, and just leave it like
Mm-hmm.
that. Okay?
Yeah.
But thanks for the time. What
You.
you want to give people your social medias and stuff one more time?
Okay, so you can find me on YouTube, Timothy Ryan, and then you can search for that by going to youtube.com/TimothyRPiano. And then I'm also on Instagram and Twitter at TimothyRPiano. And also you can check out my first piano project #1 on SoundCloud by searching Timothy R Piano as well.
All right, and that was another episode of Seeds of Greatness.
Thanks.
Thanks for your time.
Okay, bye.
See you later.